Hello, welcome to a special episode of Primo Calcio. Today we're going to be covering the top five players we are going to be looking at, or players to watch in the last 5 games of the season. I'm Michael here with Anthony. Are you ready to roll?
Bumble, Bumblebee tuna. Let's do this.
All right, so we might be taking a little bit different approaches. I'm kind of gonna
Yeah,
go from more of a view of who I think is going to be important in these coming games, regardless of team. And I've got a couple honorable mentions. Do you have any honorable mentions as well, or you just got your top five?
I have, I have no honorable mentions, but and my list is based on people I want to. I have my eye on for the future, and only one person on my list is someone I think is essential for a specific team.
Gotcha.
In the final, what's it? Five matches left.
Last five
Six.
matches. Yep.
Oof. Here we go now.
All
I mean,
right.
I could throw out a couple honorable mentions. We'll do them at the end, though. Could you honorable mentions at the end?
We can do honorable mentions
I
at
want
the
to see
end.
who you have.
Yep.
Yeah, so at the
Yeah,
end,
we
let's
can
see
do
who
honorable
you
mentions at
have.
the end. So, yeah,
Yeah, you
we'll have
start,
a
baby.
little bit of a different view. So I'll do my fifth, you do your fifth, and we'll go like that. All right. So my
Yeah.
number five player is going to be Albert Goodmanson. I think that
Oh, I like it.
Fiorentina is a possibility for making. They're a really outside shot for top four, but they're, in my opinion, they're a little bit of a dark horse to make the Europa League. That's what I want to see them get to. I
Yeah.
think they can do it. Our last cast, which kind of got delayed due to copyright stuff, which we'll try to release at some point here. I was saying that I think
Yeah.
they might get that spot, and I've got the faith in them since they are the Primo Calcio team here. And Goodmanson, even in his last game, his touch looks better. He looks smoother. He's looking a lot more important. He's definitely linking the play now. So I think that he's going to be very crucial for Fiorentina's run. The obvious choice is, of course, Moise Kean. Who I'll give a little hint. That's one of my honorable mentions, but I think Goodmanson is very, very key in Fiorentina reaching that next level. So that is my fifth player, my number five person to
They
watch.
definitely need him to link up to link up the play, take those long shots. I mean, I think he's a really good player. He's definitely struggled with some injuries this year, but he's been a beast when he's been on. So yeah, if he can really get rolling, that's definitely I think
Just in
key for
his
Fiorentina.
last game here, I mean, I really just like well, I was watching a bunch of games today, and I just enjoy his movement. He seems a lot smoother. He doesn't seem like he's kind of lumbering around anymore. He's back now, so
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
gonna be crucial for these last few games here. Who's your number five?
Well, it's funny that you did Goodmanson's number five because I have his teammate Ranieri as my number five. I think he's been incredibly undervalued all season long. I think that he's been their best, Fiorentina's best defender. He's been an excellent captain. He's made some crucial plays. He has made some mistakes, but he's a modern defender. I think going forward, he is also a massive, has a massive role to play in how Fiorentina finish out their season.
Yeah, he's been a good captain, which is something that I like about him. He has
Yeah,
good character. As you said, he makes mistakes, but so does every defender. And
he's not old. Well, how old is he? 25, 26?
no, he's not old. I think I don't think he's check out for a
He's a proper Italian defender. They don't get good until they're like 32.
yeah, exactly. But no, he is 26.
Yeah,
Like yeah, I mean he's that's definitely fine for
he's a good
a
player.
defender. I mean he just turned 26 too. Birthday is today actually, so there you go. So birthday is today, so just turned 26.
Oh, I should have made him number one. See,
There
I
you
didn't
go.
even put
Yeah.
that up.
Happy birthday! You
Yeah,
made one of the two
happy
Primo
birthday.
Calcio members top five list of last
Wow,
five. Amazing.
that's a huge honor.
Yeah, top five to watch too.
Yeah.
Not even saying you're the
He's
best
gonna
five
tell
in
his
the league,
mom.
just top five to watch.
He
What an honor.
he's gonna tell his mom.
You might,
Yeah,
dude. All right, so we got our
yeah.
top fives. I'm gonna go with my number four is gonna be Matias Sule. Roma
Oh, I
has
like
been
it.
making their charge. He's really been the one who has to step up with Dybala being out. He's the
Yeah,
only one up there up front who has that creativity. Salamakers has it too in waves, but he's more of like a grinder and hard worker. Um, it's mainly the creativity, and a lot of these goals that they're scoring are coming off of either his goals or his
yes,
assists. So he's crucial. Roma has been really struggling with offensive production since Dybala's been out. They are scraping by with about 1 goal games, and he's been crucial for all of them. I think if they are going to make a late run and get to Europa League, which they definitely can, and the table is incredibly tight, that he is going to remain crucial for them. He's going to have to step up these last 5 games as he has been doing the past several. So I think he's incredibly important. He's definitely my number four player to watch in these last 5 games.
yeah. This makes perfect sense, and I think he really has been stepping it up. I mean, it's massive, impossible shoes to fill. with Dybala, but his skill set, his vision, his ability, it's there, man. He can really become a special player. I think that's certainly another one that June truly trashed that I wish we would have kept at Juventus.
Yeah,
He
wasn't
was
he on
some
Frosinone
kids
before?
just got it. Yeah, yeah, he had a
He
really good
was
season with
excellent with
Frosinone.
Frosinone. I remember watching him
Yeah,
there.
yep. Yeah, we got 25 million for him, so he sold him, and then he spent, he blew that money on
Spent more
trash.
than that on
Yeah,
whatchamacallit, the guy from Nico
yeah.
Gonzalez.
But
Left that
dude,
on
you
Conceição.
amortize it. Doesn't cost it all in 1 year. No, yeah, you're just right. You amortize just makes all your trash players unsellable. Brilliant.
He's
We
from
won't get into
Juve's youth
that, but
system,
yeah.
no?
Yes, yeah, yeah. He's good, man. Yeah, he's a real good
No,
player. And
he's
yeah, he had a beautiful goal. What was it? A couple games ago.
yeah, 2 games ago.
Yeah, that's
The
juicy,
past
man.
several games, he's had either a goal or an assist, and that's been the crucial one. Even the
Yeah,
last one, he was one who made the main play to happen for Shimurda to get their only goal. And when I mean, almost been just scraping by, and he's been a massive. That's why I
well,
chose
and
him.
he gets back on defense, dude. He plays
Yeah.
he plays a complete game.
Yep. Who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Kambiagi. Back from an injury that had put him out all season, and he's been looking good in a couple games so far. He's been coming out as a sub. He obviously made a big difference against Inter. I think he super lively. And I was going to go with Orsolini, but my theme is all these are young Italian
Yeah.
players that I think are good for the future. I really like Cambiaghi before his injury, and I was
Biagi is
worried
good.
about it. Seeing him come out after the injury and get that play with the aggression and intensity that he's played with before, it's a very good sign. So I like the way he plays. I like his game. Let's see how he develops. But that's my number 4 is Cambiaghi. And
I like
he's on
it.
a good squad, good organized squad.
I like it. Yeah, just to go over, as I was saying, like Roma's past few games here, right? They're only like popping in like one goal, right? 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-1,
Yeah,
1-0. So they have been
beautiful.
struggling since Dybala has, and then back, when Dybala's there, they're getting typically 5 goals against
Yep.
Parma, 4 goals against Sampdoria, 3 against Braga. So it's much different. So that's kind of wild. I
Mhm.
do like the Cambiagi choice. Definitely want one to watch for the future. My number 3 is going to be Davide Fratesi. He is not a main player for Inter, but I think he's going to have a massive role to play in the end of their Champions League run and in the end of Serie A. I think he needs to be used more often. He's almost always productive when he plays. He just doesn't play that much. He's great at the late runs, and I think he might be quite important coming forward and getting some big goals. He definitely has an eye for that, especially later on in the game. So I think he's somebody to watch because Inter is in 2 intense battles. Obviously, they just got knocked out of the Copa by Milan. Copa is kind of whatever at that point, though. But they're in the Scudetto fight and they're in the Champions League fight, which are by far the 2 biggest competitions that you can have in Italy. And then the other one's obviously international. I think he's going to have a big role to play. It'd be obvious to go with, like Martinez or Barella or DeMarco, but I think Fortezi is one of the hidden ones that keep your eye on for the
Yeah.
end of the season.
Well, that's kind of what I kind of figured. What was the point of this, exercise? At the very least, pick some people like that, aren't the obvious choices. But Fortezi is very clutch. He gets big goals and big games, and yeah, that's I if when we're playing against him, I hate seeing him coming on as a late sub.
Yeah,
That's
especially
that to
late
me
when
is
there's
always
tired
scary.
legs. He's great at making those sneaky runs. Nobody
Yeah,
nobody picks him up. It's a problem in the modern game, anyways. Nobody knows how to mark late runners, and he's one of the best at
yeah,
it. So
yeah. Unfortunately, this was really highlighted well with our field vision presented by Tampax. Yeah,
absolutely.
so hopefully we get this technology up and running so that we can going forward do more analysis. Then that's why we're getting that there's a delay on our video this week is that we're in copyright like hold for 48 hours because we used a video that someone really took time to really craft.
It's
So
it's it's UEFA. They're gonna give flack, of course. And then if that happens where it gets blocked, we'll just release it and have to just chop out that section. Is what it is. So
the black. I mean, but the people are missing out. It's an
it was good.
educational.
I know. Um,
Yeah.
who is your number 3?
My number 3 is and he had a big game today. Leone. Johnny Lyons, we're gonna call him.
Oh
He's
yeah.
kind of like Johnny Sins, but he's Johnny Lyons. Yeah, uh, real good young player. So I know Italy has been lacking great defenders. Truly, I don't think Bastoni is a great defender. I think he's a good player. Well, one of the best in the modern game. I want to see some great Italian defenders. Scalvini's shown some promise. Buongiorno's shown some promise. I don't think Calafiore is a different kind of defender, very modern. I like this kid. He's been getting better as the season's gone on. Putting an excellent performance today. This is me. I'm watching him for the rest of the season here now with Kivu coaching Parma. Let's see how he does and how he develops for the future. But I think he's only like 18 years old, dude. Just a young kid, big boy, like 6'4".
Johnny Lyons or
Monster kid.
Johnny Lyon-esque, dude. You should pair him with
Johnny Lyons.
Fagioli. It could be John Lyons and Nicky Beans, dude. There you go.
Yeah. Nick Beans and Johnny Lyons. Well,
Yeah,
no, you got Lions and Gatti, Lions and
yeah,
Cats.
Lions and Cats, man. It's amazing.
Lions and Cats. Lions and Cats.
You can rebrand Juventus. You don't even you
Yeah,
don't even need to be Juventus anymore.
I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. There you go, man.
Oh, it's not Juventus anymore anyway.
Yeah.
But if they did pick up Leone, that'd be cool. But that's one of
I
my
like it.
three.
I like it. And that's a cool choice. My
He's
number
got a
two.
ton of potential.
Definitely. My number two is going to be Dan Ndoye. That's more of an obvious one. He's been
Ooh.
excellent recently, but Bologna is in a very, very intense end of their season. They have an incredibly tough schedule, but they've been very high flying. They can
Yeah,
do it again and make Champions League. For them to make it 2 years in a row, especially right now, would be incredibly impressive. He's been probably their best player, followed by Orsolini. He's the consistent one. Orsolini will come on and have just flashes of brilliance and get amazing goals, as we saw last week. But Dan Ndoye is the consistent 90-minute player who's going to be good the whole game through, and he's
yeah,
definitely very, very clutch for them. So I think if he continues to play well, and Italiano at least has decent D, then Bologna could do something special. And I think if they do it, it's going to come off the back of guys like this. Of course, they've got Castro and whatnot who can maybe pop in some big goals, but Orsolini and Ndoye are their guys. I think Ndoye is a little more important right now.
yeah. I agree. That's a good pick.
That is my number two because they could battle for Coppa Italia and they could battle for top four, which are two pretty huge things for a team like Bologna. Who's your number two?
Nice. My number two is Marianucci. He will be on Napoli next season. I
Yeah,
think
it's a good
he's been
choice.
excellent with
Definitely.
Empoli this year. Empoli was leaking goals. They were having a major. The reason they are where they are is because of a middle season problem. As soon as he came into the starting lineup,
They've
the
been way
leak
better.
was plugged.
They've been way better.
Boom, baby. Yes, I like who's the dude next to him too. I like him too.
BT.
Vidi. Yeah, I think
BT's
Vidi's
been
good
good.
too.
Yeah, not as good, but he's been good.
That's a young back line they have. When Ismaili went down, that was a major problem. They lost, an experienced veteran.
Yeah.
He's a solid player.
I still would
I
love
like
to see
Ismaili.
those three. Like I would love to see Ismaili,
Yeah,
Marianucci, and then VT. I think that's by far going to be their
yeah,
best three. The problem is they've never actually played together
yeah.
because somebody's always been injured.
No,
So I think that
exactly.
would
It's a
actually be a
bummer.
very good back three for Empoli.
Oh yeah, but Marianucci's been. I mean, he's been a really good. He's been excellent. So, I'm glad that Napoli's got him next year. I think that's a great choice. I'm kind of hoping Conte stays there. I mean,
I
I'd love
know,
for him to come
man.
to
If
the
if
next
he
one. I just don't
leaves,
think
I
it's
don't think these
realistic.
guys are going to develop the same.
No, they're not at all, and they have really good pieces there.
Buongiorno,
Buongiorno Marianucci.
Marianucci.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I know.
awesome. And I like McTominay and Lukaku
They've got
and
Hassa, who's
Spinazzola having
young.
a second lease in life. Yep, dude, they got some good pieces there,
Yeah.
and I think they're doing the right stuff. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with all that. But yeah, no, I'm going Marianucci. I think he's been excellent, and it kind of came out of nowhere. No one really had him on their radar, I don't think. So
No,
that's been a nice thing.
it's what happens with some of these young guys. They get a chance, and some people just take to it very, very easily. Others don't. Like I mean, when Donnarumma played, just boom, Mihailovic popped him in, and that was it. Like he just took his chance and
Yeah.
ran with it, and then the rest is history, right? So some guys should just run with it. Doesn't matter the age.
Yep.
My number one pick. This one is probably my most obvious one, but because it is crucial, it's for the scudetto race. Probably been the best player on their entire team. It's Scott McTominay. He's been crucial every single game. He took
Oh,
about a game and a half to get back to his best form after he was out for about a week or two. But he is the one to watch right now. He's been crucial every single game. Even if he doesn't score, he's always busy, always active, running the whole game. I'm sure his value has just skyrocketed this season as he's been Napoli's best
yeah,
player. And now they are tied with Inter. He's going to be crucial going forward as he has been every single. So that's my definite number one player to watch last 5 games, and it's going to be massive in the.
he has absolutely been my player of the season, no doubt about it.
Same.
I think he's been just what he's brought to to the team. The hard shift he's put in, I'm sure he does that in practice too. I'm sure he's a great locker room guy. I mean, the guy he's Conte knows how to how to pick him. He's a Conti guy through and through, no doubt.
Yep. Yeah, I think if when you look at the team, you look like who are the most content guys in this team? It's McTominay and Lukaku, right? Those are the main
Oh
guys
yeah,
he made sure he brought in,
and
and
Buongiorno. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean
yeah,
Buongiorno is very
it's
hard, fucking
for
hard
sure.
defender.
It's just hard with him because he's been so injured. But yeah, he's definitely a
Yeah.
Conte guy. He'll be good.
Oh
He's
yeah.
just a no nonsense player.
Buongiorno's been. I mean, he was the best defender in Serie A until his injury. He just,
Yep.
I don't think he came back and it took him a couple games. He started to play well again, and then boom, he's out
Yeah.
again. So
Yep.
yeah, just heal up right, buddy. Heal up
Yeah,
right.
I
He's
agree.
trying to come back for this next match.
He should. I mean, like you don't know when you're gonna get a chance to win the scudetto again. It's not a guarantee that you're ever
Right.
gonna win it again. Like this might be his only
I
shot. You
totally
never
agree.
know. So you
Right.
fight for
Right.
that. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Who's your number one?
Well, my number one pick's from the same exact team. But I'm going with Giacomo Raspadori because it's all on his shoulders right now. It really is. You can count on the other guys to do their thing. They really need that piece to be the right piece. And I think with Nettis out, I don't know if he's coming back. I think he's done for the year. Who knows what he's got? A boo boo or something like that. They're gonna really need Raspadori to be the man. So he's been he's scored in 3 of the 4 games that he's played, and I guess he's it just doesn't feel like his impact. And he does more. He had the beautiful cross the other day. But they were when he was starting. That was in their rough stretch where they weren't
Yeah.
getting the points they needed, and I don't
Yep.
know if that's because just in general they were down. They're not. They hit a slump at the wrong time.
I think it's both, man.
But
I think
they
it's both.
need him to link with Lukaku.
I
They
know.
really do.
He's a spotty player. Like he does his job like most of the time, right? He at least like two
Yep.
times a game he's gonna make something happen. If they can capitalize off it, great. But he's definitely not good ever for an entire game. Is the problem with him? Is he never has a game where it's like, man, he's
Yes.
been great for 90 minutes. He gives like if he's on for 80 minutes, he's probably gonna give 15 excellent minutes where he might create 2 3 chances or at least be involved in them, and the rest he fades. And that's been his biggest issue, whether it's on the national team or whether it's on Napoli. You're right though.
Yep.
It's with Neres' injury.
It's big.
Honestly, it really sucks because Napoli was kind of they were catching
Listen,
their form again. Like you said, the past few games they've been a lot more in control. They looked a lot better.
yep.
Yes, they've been a little sluggish, but they got it done. They weren't tying the games they should be winning. They were actually winning them again, and that's the difference. Like this could screw them over, and this is totally different than our who to watch right now. But the decision of De Laurentiis to not back Conte in winter and get him an actual guy when they lost Cavara, I think is if they don't win the Scudetto, that decision is going to haunt them. And I think
I
that's
don't know
actually if they leave, I think that's why Conte is going to leave.
I don't know about all that. I don't know if I don't think they had
I think that's the
they
main
didn't
reason why things have soured a little bit.
have. Oh, yeah, I think that's why he's saying they have. I don't know if he's trying to book his eggs so he can go to Juventus because he sees how dire that situation, so he knows they'll hire him. I literally think that's the case. And this whole thing started when the door started to open up. Um, I really think that's it. He wants Juventus, and he's been wanting Juventus, and he's doing it for that reason. I think he'd may be making a huge mistake because he'd be working for an absolutely tragic management,
Working
and he's got a
with
ton of money
Gentili
to spend
still,
right now. He can't sign anybody any good. So and Julie's way too proud to let Conte pick players. That's why they didn't sign him the first time. So he's in a good spot with Napoli right now. He's got a team that he's got half assembled with his guys, or at least a few pieces that they were willing to bring in. They're gonna have a ton of money with the sales of Osimhen and Kvara this summer. So yeah,
yeah,
I mean
I
I think
hope
a
he
lot of people
stays.
figured,
I hope he stays. You're not
yeah,
going to get the Italian development on Juve because they're all gone. You have them all
yeah,
on Napoli right now. You have a massive transfer kitty. You're going to guarantee Champions League football, which you can't guarantee right now with Juve. So you're going to be getting better players. Like I really hope he stays. Not for whatever team he's on. I don't really care that much, but for the good of Serie A and the good of Italian football, he needs to stay there one more year. Hope he does. We'll see.
yeah. I mean, Murat's been excellent. Lorenzo's research, Spinazzola's research, Buongiorno's been looking
Buongiorno,
terrific.
Marianucci. He's got young guys he
Politano's
can
been
bring
playing
out.
his best
Hmm.
seasons. I mean, Raspadori's been coming off the bench and playing well. I mean, he's doing a lot of good stuff with the Italian players that are there, and it's never been a very particularly Italian team, and it's been more Italian than it's ever been. And guys like Mariucci come in, like Hase, we said earlier, this is good. This is what I want to see. And the Napoli fan base is so intense. It's such a good place for him. I think he'd be making a mistake going to Juve, but I think that's what he wants, and that's why he's doing it. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
But no, I'm going with Raspadori. He is critical. And I don't know how they're
He's
gonna.
gonna be.
He's gonna go back to a 3-5-2.
They have to.
Yeah,
He can't play wing,
it's
man.
up to him.
They got to go back 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Got to happen.
I mean, I prefer. They basically play it anyway. I mean, it's in defense. They're in a 5-3-2 setup. They've been doing that all season out of the
They do. Yeah,
4-3-3.
I don't think
Just
it
you know,
fits them the best, but I mean it's not that much different. But you all you can do is point to when they were struggling, and this is what they were forced to run when they were struggling.
yep,
So
I
like
agree.
it's I mean hey it's crunch time. So we'll see if they can
Sunshine.
pull it off.
Yeah,
And they got a very
it's not that
unfortunate
complicated.
injury in time. They know what they need to do. Conte knows what he needs to do. They're gonna do it. We'll see. It's gonna be a character thing because it's not really.
It is.
Yes, there's skill involved too, but right now this is all going to be character, and it's going to be who actually steps up. Can
Wow.
Raspadori actually step up? This is going to do a lot for his career if he actually
Mhm.
proves himself here. So
Yeah, I mean, if Raspadori has a big end of the season, that shows that he's a winner. If he doesn't, then we know what he
he's going
is.
to be what we thought he was.
He's
Yep,
just he's a guy who has his moments, but never will be
yep.
the guy.
Had some
It's like, dude, you could.
potential,
This was
cute, like good cute moves, but
yeah.
he's not like actually like
You think
some
he's cute?
awesome winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
super cute.
He's,
Yeah,
hey,
it's like
he
that's a
scored. He
nice little
scored some
player.
clutch.
Yeah,
He has scored some clutch goals for Napoli in his time there, and he made a nice clutch play in the game last week. He does have that in
he's
him.
got it in him.
I think now, is it like a Fratesi, thing, or is it I can be the guy all game long kind of thing?
Exactly.
We'll see. Yeah.
My honorable mentions are two easy ones, and then one more surprise one: Retegi and Keane, because obviously Retegi's been the top scorer, and he's been crucial for Atalanta. Moise Keane, he's been Fiorentina's standout performer all season long. So if Fiorentina is to get a run, even though I picked Goodmanson, a lot is going to fall on Keane's shoulders. The last honorable mention I had is a little bit of a wild card because he barely plays, and I don't really understand why, especially with Dybala's injury. It's Tommaso Baldanzi. I think
Yeah,
he should get some more minutes, but I mean, I guess they
I
are
agree.
winning, so Ranieri probably doesn't want
Yeah.
to rock the boat, but he's somebody who really could and should be stepping up right now if he gets some minutes because he has the space now. So that's
And
my last
I don't
honorable
see
mention for a player to
Pasili getting.
watch.
Pasili's not getting serious that many serious minutes
No,
either.
he's
And
not
I've
getting
seen
any minutes
Cristante
anymore.
out there. I'm like, yeah, what the hell's going on, dude? He
Yeah,
was good.
Celius has been better than Cristante for sure. It's not even close.
Yep.
I don't think Cristante is that good of a player. I mean, I actually think
I don't either.
he's a hindrance half the time. So,
Yeah. Well, I got
well, you got some honorables?
Esposito
Okay.
from Empoli. He had a really good, I'd say more than half of a season, and
Yeah,
I
definitely
think
cooled
he's
off.
still, yeah, he's cool. He's cooled off, but he's a pretty talented player, man. I like him. I think he's got some good skills. He's got some good potential to be better. I think if we surround him with some better players, I hope Inter keep him next year and work
Yeah.
him into the mix. He's certainly not worse than Taremi or Correa or Arnautovic. I mean, he absolutely has a place on that team right now, and he could be a lot more serviceable than he is. It's a shame that he's loaned out, but it is what it is. That's something I like to see, and I think Holm from Bologna. And every time I'm watching him, he does some dumb stuff, but he's a young guy. But he's strong. He's powerful. He runs all game. He's got like shades of Liechtensteiner for me. I know it's not the same, but he's a lot younger. I mean, there's
Yeah.
Liechtensteiner was always
Just
just
kind of
such
gets gets the
a
job
beast.
done. It's
Yeah, a
not
beast
pretty,
on the
but it
line.
gets
He's
it
got
done.
yeah, and he'll send in some good crosses, but he's has such a big presence um, throughout the match. So I'm kind of keep my eye on him as someone for
Yeah.
Juve or Napoli to pick up. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move, in the next couple of years. But once again, like let these guys play for a little bit, let them develop, let them get better, over time. And then my last one, Romagnoli. What the hell is his problem? This is for a different reason entirely. It's my honorable mention for to watch drive for him.
Player to
Like,
watch for a
what's going
different
on with
reason.
this guy? Yeah, what's going on with this guy, man?
He's not the leader that he should be, right? I mean, and you can tell because
And
Lazio looks sloppy in the back, and he's supposed to organize that line. I think he looked good
yes,
most of the season, and he was really
he
good
did,
last
man.
season with Casale. That those two gelled a little better, but
Yeah,
Lazio in general has been like that, right? I mean, under Baroni, Lazio has been very spotty. They hit a patch of form where they're
yeah,
like, "Wow, this team actually has a lot of talent," and then they hit this totally random form where they'll just totally crap the bed in one game. They'll look amazing the next, and then look somewhere between the game. I don't know if it's all on Romagnoli, but he has not coordinated that back line well. I'll definitely give
yeah.
it that.
I think the pairing is awkward too. I think with Casale, he was a little more stay at home, but he had some athleticism, so he had some good pace, so he can cover ground. And Gila has that pace in the ground, but Gila is so aggressive that I think he leaves Romagnoli isolated quite a bit.
Romagnoli's pretty
And
slow. He can't cover on his own like
yeah,
that.
he is. And then Gigo is super slow too. So then if it was Gigo and Romagnoli, you get two slow pokes. But yeah, I mean, it's just I like Romagnoli. I don't think he's world class or anything, but I
No.
he's just a good solid Serie A defender. I think he's fallen off and he's looked quite poor in the
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
games I've seen him recently. Yeah.
Especially honestly, especially from
Oh,
like an organization standpoint on the back line, because he's always actually been
yeah,
been
that's what I mean
pretty good
most.
at that. Yeah, I mean, he's at the level that he should be at. I think like he's on Lazio. That's the type of player he is. He's not quite there to be a top player, but he's not a bad player. That's Lazio. They're not quite there to be a top team. They're kind of right there. They're in the mix. But yes, he has fallen off. So he
But
should be
they
better than he
could
is right now.
be. They have some good pieces on that team. They
They
really
do.
do, and he should be better than he is right now.
In that team, yeah,
He
for
needs to
sure. I
step
mean,
up.
nobody's bad next to him. Like his partners are good. His side backs are solid. I mean, he really should be better. Yeah, no, I agree. And he's got
Yeah,
a great D mid ahead
yeah,
of him, and then he's got a hard worker in
yes.
Doozy. No, he's got good people in front of
He's
him
got a
too.
good midfield. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got a good midfield in front of him. I mean, that there's something going on there, and it needs to be solved because I think he's a good player. He's shown it, over time. It's not like he's got a small body of work here, but
yeah.
I don't
They
know. He
brought in
just
that
hasn't looked this year.
Belayan as well. No, yeah, he's got a lot of guys.
Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, I think that also they should be running a trident with those midfield trident with
I
those
know
three.
we've been saying that for a
Gotta
little
be.
while. I
Oh,
think that's how you make the team more solid because Lazio looks very unstable right now. I think you just
yeah.
gotta solidify that to close this season out if there is a chance for them to
Mhm.
do something special. They're only 1 point out of top four. They're well in it,
Yeah.
but they can't lose. They got to win out or at least come close.
I mean, between them, Bologna, Juventus,
Even
who else is
Roma,
in it? Uh, Roma,
Roma.
Fiorentina. I mean, dude, all these teams are in the mix. The rosters are all the same. They have about the same skill level on these rosters. There's no reason that they can't. Any of those teams should be able to finish
Gonna be a
in
hell of
the
an end. I don't think
any.
we've ever seen something like this. I mean,
Yeah.
Atalanta is the only one who's kind of
No.
floating out there alone in third place. Like they could drop down, but I don't think so. But
Oh, they could drop.
you've got scudetto bite or fight, and then you've got this crazy top four fight. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
intense. All right, that is
We
it.
have to leave it on that.
Those are our thoughts. Thank you for joining us, guys. Take care and Forza Calcio. Ciao.